Hello everyone, welcome back to the Patriot Podcast presented by Patriot Press. I'm Nicholas Koehner.
And I'm Ashley Brace. We're back with another episode covering campus life, pop culture, and everything in between.
Today we got a lot to get into, including some upcoming campus events, a lot what's happening in the film world, and big industry events coming up.
So whether you're listening between classes or just taking a break, we're glad you're here. Let's start with happening across our campuses. Starting right here on the Ocala campus, on Wednesday, April 22nd, SAB will be hosting an Earth Day celebration from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. in the Bedford Plaza. There's a lot happening at this event. Students can pot plants, swap clothing, and even make recycled dog toys that will be donated to local animal shelters. So if you've been meaning to get ahead on some spring cleaning, this might be the perfect opportunity. There will also be themed treats like dirt and beach cups, and students can take home the plant they pot while supplies last. And not to worry, no worms or seashells will be harmed in the enjoyment of these themed treats.
Then on Wednesday, April 29th, Ocala will host Stress Busters from 12 to 2 p.m. in Bedford Plaza. This event includes tie-dye t-shirts, crafts, and the Appleton Museum coloring with CF counseling and more. And one lucky student will even win a laptop. So that's definitely something to keep in mind.
There are also several upcoming musical performances on campus. On April 27th at 7:30 p.m., the CF Woodwind and Brass will perform at the Weber Center. In the Descents Fine Arts Center, on April 28th at 7:30 p.m., the CF Patriots Blues Jazz Band will perform. On April 29th at 7:30 p.m., the CF Percussion Ensemble will take stage. And finally, on April 30th at 7:30 p.m., the CF Spring Showcase will wrap things up. All of these events are free to attend.
Over on Citrus campus on Monday, April 20th, there's a grad bash from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. in the student lounge. This event is for graduating students only and includes cap, decorating, food, music, and a chance to celebrate before graduation.
Then on Wednesday, April 29th, Citrus will host Stress Busters from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. under the pavilion. There will be food, music, and prizes, a great way to take a break before finals.
Over on Levi campus, on April 22nd, there's a Pathway picnic from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. in the student lounge. Students can enjoy food, games, and relaxed environment to unwind and spend time with friends.
And that's your campus news brief for the week.
All right, let's get into what's trending, especially in the film world. So recently, a big event in Las Vegas called CinemaCon is happening around. In fact, today is the last day. It's from April 13th to 16th, and it's where studios preview their upcoming projects to movie theater chain owners and journalists. So they show exclusive trailers, 15-minute clips. Sometimes they'll screen a whole movie early. Usually that's rare.
Yeah, because I saw that they showed the teaser for the new Godzilla -Zero, and as a huge Godzilla fan, I'm super excited for that movie especially.
Absolutely. In fact, the trailer they showed for it was great, and they even showed some clips to the CinemaCon viewers, and they all loved it. Godzilla -1, I'm not overall a huge Godzilla fan, but that film was just a great war drama with great Godzilla action.
Oh, absolutely.
And in fact, it won the franchise's first Academy Award. And the director, Takashi Miyazaki, forgive the pronunciation, is the only second director to win a Best Visual Effects Oscar.
Oh, wow.
Along with Stanley Kubrick. So this film is coming out November 9th. And it'll probably have bigger screens than last time. Probably secure some IMAX. And probably have a sub and dub section. I love this. It's a great way to have like an international film be a blockbuster, and we'll get to international cinema soon. There also were a bunch of other showcases and events for some other great studios. For example, Warner Brothers the other day, they showed first 8 minutes of Dune Part 3 or Dune Messiah.
Oh, nice.
Yes. They're changing. Already there's elements changed from the book. Which is a very weird and odd book, but it seems to be more mainstream, but still look excellent. I've heard comparisons to classics like Lawrence of Arabia or Lord of the Rings in terms of epicness. It looks like a grand conclusion that is coming out December 19th, same day as Avengers Doomsday. They also showed a 6-minute clip from an original film that's coming out in October, starring Tom Cruise in old man makeup. He's a Southern CEO who causes an Arctic problem with his oil rigs, and he has to stop it. It's called Digger, and it's from Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, who directed Birdman and The Revenant.
Oh, wow.
John Goodman plays the President of the United States. Jesse Plemons, Riz Ahmed are in it. Looks like a total blast. It's coming out October 2nd. Finally, I would just like to wrap up with Universal. They had a big panel yesterday. They showed 10 minutes of The Odyssey to the crowd. Everybody cheered over Christopher Nolan. And it looks, from what they've been told, it looks absolutely brilliant. And then finally, they showed a preview of Disclosure Day. Steven Spielberg won a specific award from the MPAA. And as well, they've said it is an excellent showcase. They even had Spielberg and Coleman Domingo, who's in the movie, chat for 15 minutes. That film's coming out June 12th. There's a plethora of other showcases and trailers. Oh, Warner Brothers is doing a indie side studio. Similar like Focus Features with Universal or Searchlight with Disney. Their first film's going to be with Oscar-winning filmmaker Sean Baker, who did Anora.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Best Picture, and he still is going to make his scrappy, do-it-yourself indie films, but now with a bigger marketing and bigger budget. And his next film will be in 2027. So,
all right.
A lot. It sounds like a lot. If you want more information about CinemaCon, I recommend looking up the John Campea show on YouTube.
Oh man, that's like and I like how it's like a nice blend of like kind of like Hollywood movies and also like that nice blend of indie films too. So everyone's kind of has a chance to be represented. And
the studios really want the extended theatrical window. The CEO of Sony even said that theaters need to cut down on trailer time because now people statistically, and I've been in this myself, have shown up, deliberately have shown up 30 minutes late, missing first 2 minutes, and not seeing any of the trailers. If I wasn't, the cinephile I am, my mom would not know anything that's coming out because we, by behavior, show up 30 minutes late because even the first 30 minutes of trailers, the first half of them are commercials, and now they're using AI commercials for window repairing.
Oh boy.
Yes. So
why window repairing specifically?
Because these are small companies that probably don't have the resources for actors.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, but it's definitely not good.
No.
And then he also said extending theatrical windows, which studios like Disney and Warner Brothers have done. So instead of like 2 weeks and then it's available to rent, which Universal started 3 years ago post-COVID. And he also said lowering ticket prices, which you negotiate with theater chain. Now, a lot of that has to do, the reason why they're up is because demand is low and all that inflation stuff. If Sony wants to put their money where their mouth is and lower ticket prices, negotiate with theater chains, lower ticket prices for their movies, you're gonna have the other studios start doing it too and increase attendance. Yeah, because if one person's doing it and they see success in it, they're like, hey, that's a great idea. We should go ahead and start doing that. Yeah, but of course now the studios are gonna want to be the first one to do it because they'll temporarily, lose the money. But I feel like, half of the excuses I hear why people don't go to movies often is because unless you have an unlimited membership, tickets are $15 for standard. I mean, when it's remake slop, they tend to find loose change in the cushions, but that's besides the point. And of course, we know that movie theater snacks, if you're going to get like a snack or a drink at the movie, that also brings prices up too. So. Yes, and that even with all these price increases, they still don't know how to fix broken seats. And they make employees do 3 jobs at once for one pay. Yeah. And so that's really all I have to say about CinemaCon and the theater industry. I would definitely look up the John Campea show or other sources, and there's been a ton of trailers that have been out. That is why. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that for sure, because I remember I've heard CinemaCon before, but I've never really looked too much into it. And I know that you said that there's also like something kind of similar, but for like more international films as well. That's a festival. There's plenty of festivals throughout. Oh, one more thing. They did a full screening of the new DreamWorks film about two Filipino girls. I forgot the name. Good reviews. That's the one big screening they did. Everyone there liked it. It was a very heartwarming story. The trailer's already out on YouTube and online. It's coming out in September.
Okay. I'll have to go ahead and look into that because I know that I'm a big fan of DreamWorks, so
Yes.
they usually make very, very good. Especially like the latest Puss in Boots movie they made a few years ago. That one was so good.
Yeah,
so good.
So, last 2 weeks ago, they announced the Cannes Film Festival announced their lineup they're gonna have on May 13th to 23rd. Now, a lot of you are asking, what is the Cannes Film Festival? The Cannes Film Festival is the most prestigious international film festival in the world. It started in the mid-40s, and its main thing is to give prestigious films from all over the world a chance to shine, a chance to have a red carpet moment, and a chance to find distributors, similar to other film festivals like Sundance, Toronto, Telluride. But this one is more grand and more sophisticated. So like you can't just be a somebody with a few $1,000s like a normal festival. You have to be either a critic, a journalist, or an industry person, and you have to wear a tuxedo to every screening.
So it's like a very more formal occasion.
Very more formal, and because they're the French, every movie gets a high standing ovation with even Guinness records. So one of the film and Pan's Labyrinth, Guillermo del Toro's film, which you should be familiar with.
I love Pan's Labyrinth. It has to be like my top 2 favorite movie of all time.
24-minute standing ovation.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And it's so much so that, like, if your film gets less, it's a single-digit standing ovation, that's a red flag. Now, I've seen a lot of films that have premiered in Cannes, old and new. I never thought of getting up and standing for 10 minutes. Maybe a Nora or maybe Parasite, but like very rare. So speaking of which, there's a lot of sections of the Cannes Film Festival. One of them is the competition, and they have like a set of 20 films that the committee picks that are submitted. And those compete for special awards. And the main award they compete for is the Palme d'Or. Now, here are some just great films that have won that special prize. Marty, Apocalypse Now, Taxi Driver, Pulp Fiction, Wild at Heart. I believe Fellini's 8.5 has won that. The Tree of Life. Parasite, Anora, Anatomy of a Fall, and last year was a Iranian film that not a lot of people saw, but it's on Hulu. I'd highly recommend it. It was just an accident, which the filmmaker made in secret in Iran and has now a warrant for his arrest because
oh my goodness.
So it's a very brave film that's like very morally gray. Highly check it out. And the reason why I know about it is because of the Cannes Festival and it winning awards.
Yeah, they kind of put a spotlight on all these different films that you maybe would never know that they existed.
And it helps them get their Oscar campaigns in there. A lot of films that are nominated for Best International Feature have a Cannes debut, including the winner last year's Sentimental Value, and our Best Picture nominee, The Secret Agent, and a bunch of other films that have come out within the last year have premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. They usually will have, if they win an award, they'll have a logo on front of the movie when you see it. So if you're like, what's that weird leaf thing in front of the opening credits? That's the award they won at the Cannes Film Festival.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Yes. So out of these 20 films, there's a jury to vote on them. So it's not the people there vote like Sundance or Toronto. And this jury consists of major actors and filmmakers and producers and people who know their stuff. And sometimes the Palme d'Or winner or what won second place and other awards surrounds a taste of that person. So many greats have been the jury president. Quentin Tarantino, David Lynch, Steven Spielberg, George Miller, Alejandro González Iñárritu, Tim Burton, oddly, and the other year when Anora won, Greta Gerwig was the head of the jury.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So that it could align with her taste. And Juliette Binoche, a French actress, Last year, she's best friends with Jafar Panahi, and that's how it was just an accident. 1. The jury president here is masterclass South Korean filmmaker Park Chan-wook, who is basically the modern Hitchcock, in my opinion, of making genre films that are super intellectual, fun to look at, and always keep your eyes moving with dark comedy. Old Boy, Handmaiden, Decision to Leave, and last year, No Other Choice, which is going to be on Hulu soon, and it was very close to, it had an Oscar campaign, but then the Oscars blinked on it, which is, when you see it, it is an absolute crime, because this is like, it's a very provocative film about the modern job market, male desperation, while also being a wacky Looney Tunes cartoon. So check it out. It's on Hulu next week. No Other Choice. Anyway, this guy has impeccable taste. He's a master. So whatever he's going to pick at this festival as his favorite, along with the 11 other people in the jury agreeing with him, it's probably going to be an excellent film. Excellent.
Like, he kind of knows, like, yeah, this is it.
And there are a good amount of Asian cinema, along with other international directors. Sometimes they'll have American films, or there'll be American directors who are regulars, like Spike Lee, Wes Anderson. Those are usually regulars at the festival. This year, it's almost entirely international.
Oh, wow.
So it's good for, it's not as good for, media press. Like, you're not gonna, like last year, you're not gonna get, Wes Anderson and the cast of Phoenician Scheme on the red carpet or anything like that. But you are going to get some films that are going to be on your radar. A handful of them I'll mention because they're likely to win the Palme d'Or. Fjord, which is a Romanian/Norwegian film directed by Christian Montague, who has made some really dark dramas. 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days, which is an excellent film. This one is about Sebastian Stan and Renata Reinsve, so names you know. And they're an immigrant family from Romania that moved to Norway. And it's about these families competing with each other, about xenophobia. And it seems like because of the cast, in it, Renata Reinsve just got nominated for an Oscar for sentimental value. And of course, Sebastian Stan, we all know as Bucky from the MCU. And is a recent Oscar nominee for playing a certain controversial figure. If you know, you know. And so this one could be a likely winner for the Palme d'Or. There's also a Polish film from Pablo Polakowski, who won International Film for a movie called Ida and nominated for Best Director for a movie called Cold. This is a black and white drama about one of the anti-Nazi authors in Poland during World War II, and how he was persecuted for it. So, I forgot the author's name. Look up. It's called Fatherland. Sandra Hüller is also in it, who was nominated for an Oscar in Anatomy of Fall and is in Project Hail Mary.
Oh, wow.
So since that Oscar nomination, she's been getting a lot of roles, and seems like this could be big for her. A couple more I'll mention 2 more, and then you can look up the rest of the lineup. There's a French film, speaking of Sandra Hüller, the filmmaker behind Anatomy of a Fall, which is on Hulu. Check that out if you haven't. Her husband, who she won Best Original Screenplay with, is making a film about a man who randomly wakes up as a woman. So it's going to be like the French serious version of Rob Schneider's The Hot Chick. So I'm very interested in what Sandra, the filmmaker of Anatomy of Fall's husband, has to offer. And there's a South Korean film called Hope. And this is from filmmaker Non Hong Jin, and it is a science fiction thriller.
Ooh.
It is one of the most expensive films in South Korean history.
Oh my gosh, how much?
I think it's around like 80 million compared to like their in their currency. And for a film like this, because a lot of these Cannes films are very serious, very dark, very intentionally slow paced, because they unlike Hollywood films, they're not enslaved by focus groups.
Yeah.
This one is going to be more genre-y, bit more grander, but still have those dark, serious things that the Cannes competition likes. Non Hong Jim has made some films I haven't seen called The Chaser, The Yellow Sea, and The Wailing. The Wailing is on Tubi. That is a really dark and fun movie. So I'm very excited for this one. And because Park Chan-wook is known for dark genre films, like Old Boy is based off a comic book, and No Other Choice is basically a zany cartoon. This might scratch his itch, and we might get a cool genre Palme d'Or winner, or the other three that I mentioned. And then there's there are other sections. I'll go briefly on these because there's not as many interesting ones. There's a section called Uncertain Regard. So a bunch of other films that they like, but don't feel like are worthy of the competition go here. And some classic films do go here. A lot of Woody Allen classics have been in this section. Last year there was a film called The Plague, which in this section had gone on to win a lot of Indie Spirit Awards later on. I don't know what streaming service that's on, but it was a really good film. There's not a lot of like noticeable titles here, but one that is very noticeable because it's coming out this summer is from Jane Schonberg, who directed I Saw the TV Glow or Welcome to the World's Fair, both on HBO Max. Both great dark indies. And this is their bigger budget. Because Jane is non-binary, so I'm not saying a plural person. Their new film is called Teenage Death Camp at Camp Miasma. And it's about a guy who's remaking a campy slasher, and then there's a romance to it. Jane has said that this is that the last two films were based on their sad moments and years of. I Saw TV Glow is a great example of teenage internal emptiness. This one is going to be more hopeful, but still be messed up, scary, and funny. So it comes out August 7th, but it is getting a Cannes debut. So for an American filmmaker to get their third film at Cannes, that's really cool. There are no and usually there's a token blockbuster that premieres there. The other year we had Furiosa and Mad Max. And then Killers of the Flower Moon or Indiana Jones 5 will premiere there too. The Star Wars prequels all had the token blockbuster Cannes debut a few weeks before they came out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So but it's usually like one thing just for red carpet purposes. They're not supposed to be the main star, but for press purposes, there hasn't been one announced yet. There might be a late submission.
Okay.
Yeah. And then finally, there's been a film that I've been waiting to go to Cannes for the last 7 years. It is called The Way of the Wind. It's from master filmmaker Terrence Malick. Tree of Life, a previous Palme d'Or winner. The Thin Red Line, Days of Heaven. Master philosophical filmmaker. This is a philosophical internal look of Jesus Christ in the New Testament. So it's probably not going to be preach films, so it'll be very like deep and philosophical and violent. He has been editing this film for 7 years.
Oh my gosh, that's a while to be editing.
Well, apparently he had over 500 hours of footage.
Oh my goodness.
Because he's very particular with sunsets and nature and all of that, so he probably just left the camera rolling to get like this sunset on April 10th at 5:10 p.m. He's known for this.
Like very to the book, like the perfect moment. We gotta go get it.
He's very philosophical, and he's in his 80s.
Oh my goodness.
So he could die, and this film could die, and this film is not finished. Like every year for part of Cannes, I wait for it. So maybe next, because he is a Cannes regular.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't show up because he hates press. So maybe next year we'll have it. But
yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, put on your radar. That's all I have to say about it. Research more about it.
Alrighty, highlighting the arts is always very important.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, so moving on to our main feature for today's episode. So we're going to go ahead and highlight a student organization and some recent student achievements. So we had the opportunity to speak with Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society's officers Lisette, Koehner, and Yongxing.
Pi Theta Kappa Honor Society, or PTK, is an honor society that recognizes academic achievement and provides opportunities for leadership, service, and scholarships. Lisette was named a 2026 Oberndorf Lifeline. Am I pronouncing those right?
Oberndorf Lifeline to completion.
Receiving a $1,500 scholarship designed to help high-achieving students overcome unexpected financial barriers and complete their associate's degree.
And Lin was selected as a 2026 New Century Transfer Pathway Scholar, earning a $2,750,000 scholarship. He was the only student from Florida chosen among more than 2,300 national nominees and earned the highest score in the state during the fall competition. These awards really highlight the level of achievement happening right here at the College of Central Florida. But let me not do all the talking. Let's let our star students take the stage themselves. So hi guys, I'm so excited that you guys are able to be on with us today. Thank you for joining us for our show. So for our listeners, can you each go ahead and introduce yourselves quickly?
My name is Lisette Koehner. I am the Director of Archives for Phi Theta Kappa.
My name is Yongxing. I'm the Vice President of the Ocala campus for the Phi Theta Kappa New Chapter.
All right. So how did you both end up in PTK?
Mine was my mother's ambition. She was a scholar, and she wanted me to follow in her footsteps as much as I possibly could. And so she had asked me to find out what this application was about that I received in the mail. And so I showed up to the first meeting, and I seen the board sitting up there. And she's the one that asked me what they were doing, what are they about, and she said I should find out what they're doing and try to join.
Yeah, for me, it's about the scholarship. In the beginning, I just want to win some scholarship. The first time when I achieved the 4.0 in my first semester, and I saw a scholarship event hosted by Dr. Manning, and he said we have so many opportunities such as Honor Institute and Phi Theta Kappa. Then I just joined the Honor Institute first and taking the Honor Leadership class with Dr. Danef, and he said there's a leadership opportunity in Phi Theta Kappa if you become the member. Then I just say okay, because I always like follow some smart members' suggestions, so I go for the first meeting. Then I found out they have a free pizza, so I just coming to get free pizza in every meeting. Then
You said free pizza?
yeah, free pizza. But lately not always have free pizza. In the election day, I went there. I don't even know there's election day. Then there's somebody asks if you want to be the VP. I said no, but Dr. Damon just looked right at me and he said, "Why don't you try? Why don't you try? You are already an excellent student. Why don't you take this next step?" So I just take this step and a lot of things come out just like that way.
Yeah, like the rest is history. What have you thought about your experience at CF so far, and also including all of your stuff that you've done for PTK?
Oh, wow. My mom was terminal when she originally told me to join. And so I was honestly just doing it to make things a little bit easier for her. I never knew that the opportunities that come from PTK would be life transforming. And life transforming is an understatement. I arrived shortly after she closed her eyes at Catalyst, which is one of the biggest, it used to be Nerd Nation. It's one of the biggest events that PTK holds. And the community there was one of the best feelings that anyone can ever experience. It's another additional family, I would say. So you found your family. You found where you belong. And there's nothing more fitting than that.
Oh, that's kind of, I think is CF not just change my future, but actually return my future for me. Because when I first time immigrant to here, then I want to go into court directory, but for the financial pressure, I cannot. Actually, I take 5 years gap, and there's so many things going on, and like the people surround me always deny me. They say you cannot do it. Like you're not smart like that kind of person. Then I just want to show them I actually can do it. So in the first semester I achieved 4.0, and I just like, you see, I did it. I taking honor class and I doing both. But there's something PTK actually showed me that, like, you don't think about you can be a leader, but you actually can. If you wanted to out of your comfort zone, because I'm a very super introvert and language learner, so I don't know how to fellowship and communicate with other people. But PTK actually showed me when I went to several the regional event and Calories, the international event, I actually met so many friends, and they want to try to show me that you actually can fellowship wherever you are. You have accent or you don't understand them, but they don't mind at all. So they will try to just get involved so we can have picture, we can have fun. That's the most amazing part for me.
For both of you, was there a moment where things really started to click for you as you're kind of getting out of your comfort zones and kind of getting more comfortable into your roles in PTK?
For me, wow, there's been plenty. I was so unsure of myself. And my mom would be the one to push me through a lot of things, especially when it came to school. I was the rebellious one. Honestly, I didn't want to sit and learn, but I do love to sit and learn. I'd rather read, but I am the type to climb a tree and read instead of being around people. And my mom was a school teacher at one point, and she really worked hard with me to get me to be involved in anything other than music and books. Socializing was probably one of my hardest things, as well as speaking. Public speaking is something that I would never have imagined me doing ever. My mom was the one that pushed me into this, and she went into hospice, and life started changing for me, and she begged me before she left to stick with PTK and see what can happen, because she has a gut feeling. So I didn't think much of it, but like the reality set in when she closed her eyes, and it was literally 9 hours before my flight.
Wow.
And so I landed in PTK PTK Ohio Catalyst, with her freshly still in hospice, everything still processing. And I was a mom that gave up my children for adoption 15 years ago at that point. And within 33 hours of me being there, I was actually holding and hugging my firstborn of those three.
Oh, wow.
So life really transformed for me, and the reality set in for me that this is where I belong. Because it wasn't just my mom, it was PTK that brought me here. PTK brought me back to realizing that life happens exactly the way it should. It's not just a family thing, it's not just an academic thing. It's feeling part of your nerd family. You have your family at home, which I absolutely love. All parts of me, it has to deal with my family, and finding an academic family, that was probably the biggest impact, because it's pushing me through. Like Lynn said, like, your friends and family around you will tell you that you're not good enough and you can't do it. Like, this PTK family teaches you 100% that it's completely okay to be who you are, and we are all nerds, and we love it.
The one I have to mention a thing from 10 years ago, when I was 14 and my parents just immigrated to America and left me in my relative homes. But there was a terrible moment, because because nobody cared about me at that time. So actually, I get a terrible grade on every class. But that one teacher, he never give up for me. He keeps showing me the importance of study and assign me very difficult assignment. So he want to show me I can actually did it. So for so many days, I have been accept the love for him. For the moment, in the last 3 months, in the before, I don't think I have the chance to go into high school because my grade is so low. But in the last 3 months, I decided to try. So I actually studied 3 months and I got pretty great grade in my last final exam. And we all happy about it. It's that moment he let me believe I can actually do everything I want if I really want to try. That's when I start my college journey in here. Then I think Dr. Dennis is like the kind person I have been met. Like the time he keeps saying, you can do it, why don't you do? That's why when I first finished the careers in the Kansas City, I come back and he asks, are you still want to be the VP? Because I know somebody might not like the fellowship part. But I say to him that I already enjoy the ride, the beneficial from traveling, and I have the responsibility, even though I don't want to do this, not my kind of stuff, because I'm an introvert. I don't want to communicate, but I have to do. This is the responsibility. That's why I feel so happy when I fulfill my responsibility. That I bring my team to win so many awards. I make a commitment to them last year. And finally, I achieved it. This is the moment, the most happy thing.
It's one of the biggest impacts that I think PTK does have is that you actually realize like we're all a bunch of introverts and we don't want to be around people, but we love to be around each other because we understand each other so well.
Going into leadership, is there anything that shaped your experience stepping into that role and kind of how you ended up getting more involved in PTK beyond just being a member?
For me, I joined Patriot Press. It gave me the confidence to know that I'm a very good writer. More importantly, I was really interested in trying to figure out where I belonged. And photography has been one of the biggest things I've been a part of since having my first child. And I'd been doing it at that point for at least like about 20 years. I've been doing it, and I just didn't know what to do with my work. I never understood how my work would even go anywhere. And I believe that it's why today I became editor-in-chief in print, because I stuck through my goals and my ambitions, and I went for a leadership role. It is why I'm there, to explore what imprint is about, to make things a lot better for them as well, and utilize where I can put my work and what I can do with it.
For me, there's a journey of learning, because in the beginning, I actually know nothing about it at all. I mean, I learned something about speaking in my speaking class. That's the moment I can speak in the general meeting. But after that, when I have the role of VP, then I didn't even know what it's doing. There's nobody told me what I supposed to do. They just say VP just do. The president doesn't want us to do the thing. Then after the president resigned, I have to do everything about everything I have to do. Then I actually good at searching some information. So I just searching scholarship and application stuff and the Homer Award stuff. I just searching by myself. Then I just compare to the award-winning essay something, and I want to see if I can achieve this level of writing. So I just start writing for everything. I collect more information from my team member. Like, let's say, give me a lot of information about the stuff. And also the nice picture you did for me. That's pretty great. Because I don't know how to making those kind of picture stuff. Because if I do in that, I gonna learn more stuff. I don't think I can do it in that because I don't have time that time because I doing the full-time job, also full-time study, and also the full-time leadership role. And not just the chapter works, also because our chapter is the regional officer in Florida, so actually they give me the Florida regional officer role. So I still gonna learn something about the Florida regional stuff. So they just assign something to me and they say, oh, we need to have a meeting every month. Then you have to be there. And okay, then what should I do? And you're gonna learn how to write a regional essay, how to host the regional event. Oh, okay, the whole bunch of stuff just come out, and I just overwhelming in the second. But finally, I just accept it and I pass it. Oh, this most disadvantages. I got my first B+ in my physics class. That made me sad very much. I cannot be a 4.0 student.
It's extremely competitive.
He's like, B, what is that? I don't know that. Like, oh, I feel that. So, now I want to kind of talk about something super, super cool because Lisette told me all about it, and I'm like, oh man, that is just the bomb. So, at some point, things clearly started kind of taking off for you. Can you kind of talk about what started happening with the scholarships and the recognitions that you started getting?
I got a lot of awards, so I don't know when. So I took the most important one, probably the All USA academic team. That's gonna be the top 20 student in all community college. And the second one is New Central Scholar. That means you are the top one transfer student in the Florida.
Oh, wow.
Then also, there's a guys-wise scholar. This one is for the application is select from 4,000 people. Like actually, they select about 10 to 15 member for that. And also, leader of promise. That's for the new member. If I think they select from 1,000 applicant to 200 people for the new member. When you join and you're doing great and they see your potential. That's why it's called leader of promise, because you make a promise to your community and everything. And also the open door. I think the open door scholarship is for some students they excellent but they have some financial problem and they choose the 15 member from US, like this way. That's the international one. Now also I got the regional one for the Sunshine Scholarship. That's for the member from Phi Theta Kappa in Florida region. They select 5 people for that. Then also
You said 5 people out of how many?
I don't know. There's no. I don't know how many people applied for that.
It's international.
Yeah, that's not international. It's just Florida region.
Florida region.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then also the All Florida academic team, and they belong to the same process with All USA. That's the same stuff. I think that's it. That's all scholarship about Phi Theta Kappa.
Oh, wow. I feel like that's like a whole infinity gauntlet of stuff. That's incredible. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. That's a lot of work when you're learning to write some essay. Actually, I try to find some award-winning essay that I can see. But the most important thing is tell them your story. They don't care about the academic stuff, but it's a better way if you put your personal story with your academic and leadership role. You combine them together. They ask for 10 essays and you doing the same. You tell them your story in the different way to shade this essay, so you will win by this way.
I need to ask, how did the story in the name of Mr. Scholarship come up? Because that made me laugh so hard. I love the images that you made. I need to know more. How did Mr. Scholarship come to be?
He actually has been winning so many awards as of lately, and it was just one of those things where it's like, Lynn won another scholarship. Lynn won another. We would walk in and Lynn won another scholarship. So we were just curious about how many he's going to win by the end.
It's like, all right, we got to keep a tally going.
Yeah, so he's like, anytime that we would ever ask, anytime that we would ever present our edges, anytime that we ever talked about scholarships in general, we would just introduce, like, why don't you talk to Mr. Scholarship? And there was a time that he was doing you were doing the community service walk. What's it called? Where you were we were doing a highway cleanup. And I just thought it was funny and random that somebody said, just put your hands in the trash can. So I thought it was adorable that he's just standing there with his hands in the trash. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to advertise this. And it just happened. Throw away your student debts, and get yourself a scholarship just was the main thing that popped into my head. And I created that image for him because he's phenomenally inspirational with how many scholarships that he's won just this semester alone. See, mine was mainly because I broke my laptop. I accidentally broke my laptop.
Oh no!
And I've had this problem the entire time schooling, where I can't move my laptop and take it anywhere because the screen does this fuzzy thing, and so I tried to inspire my children because I'm raising boys, and they're all about doing things on their own. So I tried to inspire my children in some ways to make them understand schools can also help you get that. And so Mr. Scholarship here was teaching so many ways on how to earn them. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a page out of him. I'm going to see what can happen. And I went home and I talked to my boys about it and basically did a workshop out of it. And the workshop for them turned into me applying for this application. And it just happened to turn out the way it did because of Lynn's inspirational concept.
That is the cutest thing I think I've heard all week. That is so cute. Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like to give our students more information about scholarship. That's why I keep telling that we have so many opportunities. The most easy one, you just join the online institute. Give you 750 every semester. Why not? This is pretty easy stuff. And
that's the Honors Institute?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's separate from PTK.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, also, our school also have some scholarship. I actually also won 3 times for that. It's pretty easy. Just write essay and put it in. Let's see how much you can get. But they actually, they do this thinking there's so many things to do. You need to write essay. But it's something you have to do. When you're doing your transfer application, the university gonna ask you the same question. Why don't you just practice in the previously and see? But after you did that, you don't need to do that anymore. You can just give the old essay and just shape it a little bit and put in your transfer application. That's very beneficial for your future.
Now, I know you guys are talking and you touched a little bit based off of Catalyst earlier. What was that experience like going there, and what would you say was your biggest takeaway from the most recent event that you guys went to?
Oh, wow. I think mine would be personal, honestly, because there was, I have engineering, mechanical engineering is my goal, and NASA has always been something really big for me. I'm even writing a paper for one of my classes about NASA.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, meeting a writer that was extremely inspirational on so many levels. She's an astronaut also and an advocate. I gotta get her name more specifically because I can't pronounce her last name, but she's the first Vietnamese astronaut to ever make it into space. And her story is so impactful because she started to do I started reading her book just yesterday. So, she started to do her career first, and then in Harvard, this happened to her. And she stopped her career to advocate for women that were raped. And she went through years of dealing with so much trial and tribulations. She finally managed to be able to accomplish her goals. And she found peace in being able to advocate for women that had these issues. And shortly after that, she went back to school and became the first astronaut to make it in space as a Vietnamese.
Oh, wow.
So she was very inspirational. And probably the best part about it is I didn't bring it today, but I got her to sign my book. I got to meet with her. It was a meet.
That is so cool.
I got a hug from her, and she's so inspirational on so many levels. Being able to converse with her for even the 2 minutes that I got with her is something that is gonna stay with me forever. I think that's a personal thing for me though, but it also gives me more incentive to continue in my schooling and continue into my goals, and be who I'm looking forward to being.
I have to say, I have actually went to two categories. In the first one, I actually know nothing. Because I just standing there, my English very bad, so I don't even understand what the keynote speaker talking about in the beginning. So I just have fun with our member, just taking a run and just waiting. Because last year we didn't win any awards, so I'm kind of upset. But this year, actually, when I sitting underneath, I finally understand what I'm talking about. The two keynote speaker, I said, I finally can enjoy what I'm talking about.
It's like, I got it.
Yeah, I got it. That's why. Now also, in the scholar walk, actually I walked for twice. The first round is the regional officer. I waving the flag of Florida because I represent Florida. And also we went for the distinguished regional officer team. We make it. That's a very amazing for me, and we just accept the achievement. The last day is the Homa Gaza. That's why I wear, because I have so many scholarship when I come in. Then they ask which one you're gonna pick, because they cannot give you every pack. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So you need to pick one. I said, all right. So I just picked the one most prestigious. And when I walk, the first time I walk and waving, there's something like I'm in the video. There's something like very shocked me.
He picked the most prestigious one because he was out. We were sitting out back at the stage, and it was funny to watch Lin because Lin had all these medals on him, and he didn't know where to sit because he was able to sit with
so many different people.
And, I won the Olfendorf. And I had my section that I was sitting in. Lin sat with me until it was time for him to pick the most prestigious one. Of course, you want to, and not to mention, a lot of the people there were kind of shy to be the first ones out. Lin did not hesitate. He was the first one out that door, holding his sign and waving and owning his moment. I didn't even think about that. Thank you for reminding me. But that was one of the other moments that was really impactful to me too, was because of Mr. Scholarship here, we were all so grateful to watch him as well as myself walk. But I was inspired by him, and I'm sitting back here because of what he did. And well, I mean, he helped me do it my own, but I was sitting back there and I was part of a team. I mean, I've got a picture with him, and we created such a dynamic for our team to be inspirational leaders, and knowing that he was someone, we were a team together. I didn't know I could do this. I didn't know that it was possible. If it wasn't for Lin showing us the way and how to do this, I wouldn't have been back there. We wouldn't have been a team doing this. And watching him hop around these chairs and trying to figure out which one he can go to, it was huge inspiration right there alone. And watching other people also return. There was a few of them. I was sitting next to someone that was actually a returning scholar.
Oh wow!
They won before, and they came back for another one. You know, it's something that you could do so often and become impactful to not just yourself but to your team. And seeing Lin on screen, because I was coming in second, I was watching him on screen just own his moment, and it's like, oh my god, that's what I look like. And when you walk on that stage, at first it feels so scary because you're anticipating your part, you're waiting for your part. When you hear that you did something and that's your scholarship and you walk that stage, you're literally owning what you've done. And that feeling is a very life transforming feeling. And I mean, of course you feel like don't trip the whole time. It all goes away. You've got 30 seconds to walk down that podium area the stage, excuse me. You have 30 seconds to walk down that stage, and you don't think of the fear that you've had all the way up until that moment. They call your scholarship, and that's me. And you make that walk and you own it. Like, no other.
That's a fun part, yeah. Cause I'm the kind of person don't want to be in the front people, but this time I say why don't I just go?
Just own my moment.
No,
Yeah.
the 4,000 people, who cares? I just wanna be in the swing. That's it. That's what I wanna do. So when I'm walking and doing the waving, I actually find my seat because I cannot find my seat. I'm so behind. I cannot find my.
Yeah, just looking out like, where's my stuff?
I listened for the yelling, and I did get a heads up, but I listened for the yelling of our team, and that's how I found my seat. It's
Aww.
I looked, and I was looking for recognition amongst the people, and I found Tulio, and I also found Dr. Daniff standing out in the aisle. So I was like, oh, there we are.
Yeah, and the final night after I walk from the scholar walk, then I have a seat, and I just tell my member, be prepared. All of you gonna be the stage later. I know I gonna make it, cause I think I write pretty great essay, and we won in the regional awards. I think we might be won something. So when I calling, I'm already ready for the yelling. I know you're taking the video, but yeah, this is the first time I yelling at that. Yeah. She never saw me yelling anymore.
Ever.
Never.
Ever. He's a very quiet person, very introverted. And when he was sitting there during that moment, he's like, y'all better be ready. It's like, what? What do you mean? I just did the scholar walk. What are you talking about? And that was probably something else that would be impactful. So you're just scared because you know that you have to do the scholar walk. So, okay, the scholar walk is off. Okay, it's over. And then he's like, no, you're going to walk again. It's like, what do you mean?
It's like, what?
What are you talking about? You have to walk again? And it's like, he's like, yeah, be prepared to walk again. I'm texting my husband and telling him I just did my scholar walk, and like I didn't even finish that text to let him know that I just finished when our chapter got called again.
Wow.
We had to walk up and get the first award. And then I come back and I'm like, oh, I just did my walk and we won an award. And I send it, and like right after that, I hear her name called again. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I stand up again. It happened 3 times.
Wow.
And so you look back at our text messages, it's like, I just walked again. I just walked again. I just walked again. And I did not realize how impactful that feeling could be, and so inspirational to even your family. You know,
Oh, yeah.
That's something that lives with me in a lot of different ways, because my boys now see me as something like so magnificent and so inspirational that Mom is smart now, so you can't talk back to Mom. She knows what she's talking about.
It's like,
now.
oh yeah, well, my mom.
My mom's a scholar. What's yours?
Oh my gosh. But man, that sounds like it was just an amazing, incredible moment to just be in there with all those people. It's like, again?
Yeah.
Again?
Fun part is putting our school's name on the screen and everybody see it. Everybody can see the College of Central Florida. It never happened before because our school didn't do it anymore.
Kappa was also top 100.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, possibly. The top 100 for some people. Actually, that doesn't want any award. They also put the top 100, but we won the distinguished chapter. That means we are top 50 actually.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
We're top 50.
Hey, even better.
Yeah. We won the Distinguished Chapter Award.
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce it.
Oh my goodness. Just with all of this information and just kind of like reflecting on everything that you guys have done, all these awards that I didn't even know about until now, like, holy cow. So, and I know we were touching base and talking about a little bit about like doubt and, you know, trying to believe in yourself to be able to accomplish what you want in your dreams. What would you say to a student who doesn't think that they're good enough to do opportunities and stuff like this? Like, what would be your message to them?
I'd probably give them the old mom look, or the old mom angle. You can't listen to other people, and sometimes you can't listen to your own voice. Narrating your own voice, advocacy is so important, but if you don't believe in yourself, you can't listen to yourself.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the inspiration, find the inspiration. If you don't believe in yourself, we believe in you. And that's really where you should and could listen. PTK believes in you. and we believe in you. We were once in your shoes, and we didn't believe in ourselves either. So being a part of a team, a family that didn't believe in themselves either, you belong here. Because the strongest thing that could ever inspire you is being amongst other people that do believe in you. Lynn believed in all of us, and he took the leadership role and said that we can all make it, just watch me do it. And I think that Lynn is probably one of the most inspirational people I've met in my life so far, that could teach you that if you don't believe in yourself, we believe in you. I believe in you. And it's okay not to believe in yourself, because this happens to a lot of people in life.
You are your own worst critic, as people say.
Exactly. And a lot of times you can't really listen to yourself. Stop listening to yourself. Shut yourself up and get out there. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something that is different every single day to get out of that comfort that you got so comfortable in being so unbelievable. See, English isn't our first language, so we're struggling. And that's another thing too. Lynn and I come from a place where language is difficult. And it's a feeling of being self-conscious, of not knowing who we are and what we're about, and feeling the pressure of not knowing words, the correct words. A lot of people have their own stories, and not knowing something, not being able to do something, not being good enough. And getting out of your own head and actually listening to other people that actually believe in you is the biggest thing. Take the leap. Do something that makes you feel completely out of the normal, so that you can get out of that comfort zone that makes you feel like you're not good enough. And PTK was one of the biggest things, that is getting out of the norm, getting out of your comfort zone, stepping out into the light and seeing that there are stars, and you're part of it, and you're one of them.
That's my part, I'm always doubt about myself. But I actually did a research in my leadership on a class. I find out actually your living environment is the most impact part for you self belief. That's why when I was studying in China, I don't speak English at all, and I got 0 in my English test. That's why I don't believe I can speak English. I can believe I can speak in front of 500 people. But just like when you don't believe it, you're not gonna make it. Cause you have the feeling whatever you do, it's not gonna be happen. But once you're realizing, you can just find a better environment. If you are in a terrible environment, you can actually shape your environment. Let's talk about my personal experience again.
Yeah,
when
for sure.
I back to the high school, I do the same thing in the middle school, because I'm a slacker. I don't want to study and all, and then my high school actually have a very bad admission rate to the university. Then nobody think we can make it. Or probably 1 year only 5 to 10 people can go to the college. But in the last 3 months, I want to do it again. So I asked my classmate who wanna follow me and go into the college. Then they just follow my step, and I actually create a very positive environment.
Yes.
That's why this stuff I want to do in my future is the research about the learning environment actually can shape your future. So I do it a very, very complicated and positive way, like play music in everything before we try to go in work. We make our thinking and energizing, and when you are in the minute, you can improve 10% of your study rates for that. As a result, we actually increase 40% of the admission rate. The principal were happy for me that moment. So after I immigrated to America, actually in the beginning also, because I was working in the restaurant desk and working with my counterpart, they don't speak English at all in the moment. So in the first 5 years, I actually doesn't learn anymore. But after I study my life in College of Florida, when I take into class and keep learning, then my English get improved. Now also, after I achieve a point, I think if there's something I can still improve myself. So that's the meaning when I taking the honor class, that they make you more complicated in the moment, and there are more people surround you, or they are willing to accept challenging. So it is an environment actually make you to the next level. Also in the Phi Theta Kappa, there's another kind of environment, like such a leadership environment, scholar environment, or fellowship environment.
All kinds of stuff.
All kind of stuff. That's why we can always find a positive environment in a bad place.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why. If you think you are impacted by the negative environment, why don't you just try to find your environment, or you create an environment and bring more people to join you.
When you feel like there's things that are bad, find the good, you know?
Yeah, that's why I think the PTK is a very good place, because we are scholar and we are willing to do something, and we are willing to change the world in the future, in the moment. And also, there are some people say, oh, that's pretty difficult, and how can we do that? Like the scholarship, that only 20 people from US can get this scholarship. I don't think we can, but I did it. I'm an introvert, first English learner, and I don't speak English fluency at all.
Yeah, blew it right out of the water.
That's another thing. Lynn's English and introversy has changed so significantly. In the beginning, you couldn't take a picture standing next to him. There'd be a huge gap.
Aww.
You'd have to scoot more and closer to him.
It's like, hang on, come here.
Yeah, it's like if you're trying to center a photo in front of an object or something like that, the more you scooted next to him, the more he scooted away. So it's literally at this point dragging him in the center and just embracing him. And he has changed so significantly enough that I didn't even ever expect him to even be sitting here next to me talking, because of how introverted he was. He's changed so much because of PTK. His growth has been phenomenal. And I know watching, that's probably another thing that I love the most, is watching someone like Lynn from the very beginning that could barely speak English. And by the way, your English is so much better now, but can barely speak English, can barely talk to anybody, had such a shy way of even communicating with teachers, to now making speeches and writing phenomenal essays about himself, and sitting in front of girls and talking. Like, that is something that is so beautiful, I would say, about Lynn, that has transpired because of PTK. It gets you out of your normal. It demands the best from you on the most prestigious stage ever, and that stage is your life, you and who you are. And it's forcing you to come out of a comfort zone that you would have never come out of at all. And it does have a challenge to it, and it's really just about whether or not you're going to do it or not. You have complete control in it, and thank God at the end of the day you do come out, because the results are so worth it.
So if people listening remember one thing from your guys' story, what would you want it to be?
Break your laptop.
It's like, you don't need that thing. Get that out of here.
Break out of your comfort zone. Become someone that your dreams are afraid of. If your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. Like, because I would say that that's what I did. I definitely dreamed pretty big and thought to myself I couldn't do it. But I challenged myself, and holy cow, I did a speech on stage and I walked a scholar walk.
Oh, whoa.
So, I mean, like, I became a scholar, and I can't be more proud of my past self for stepping out and doing something that she thought she could never do.
Yeah, that's part. I actually have so many things, but if that's the only thing they can take out from me, I think it's the, I want to say it's the responsible part. Because of I'm a responsible person, So I wonder everything. So every minute when you feel overwhelming, just don't give up. Just give yourself and give your team member a chance. It might be difficult, but it pay out a lot. And you can see that as a result, probably just like you don't believe yourself in previously, but after you did it, you feeling very, very exciting. And you say, I don't think everybody think the shy, short Chinese man actually can win the scholarship. Not impossible. I don't think they will believe I can represent the Florida to win the flags.
See, another thing for me too is I became a mom right out of high school. So I had years where I didn't take care of myself. I took care of my family. And I learned the hard way to get up and take care of yourself first, because no one's going to do that for you. You are the one that holds the pen in your life. You are the one that writes your story. No one else can write your story for you. And if you don't write it, they will. So take hold of your pen and start writing your own story. I feel I did that when I came back to school after becoming a mom and realizing like this house is empty and I'm not going to be able to do what I used to do, take care of kids now. And now it's all about me. What am I going to do? So taking care of yourself was the number one priority I probably would have said to anyone that is in school now, graduating, and is trying to do life differently. I would never take anything I've ever done back because I wouldn't be where I am today. But most definitely taking care of yourself and learning who you are is so important. And I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity now to do it.
Yeah.
Because I have such an amazing story that I have been through that I can bring to the table as an experience. And of course that I can write about. So being a mom first and coming back to school, I didn't give up on myself. I kept going, and moving forward was one of the biggest things I could have done for myself. He does that a lot too.
He's like, yeah. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us for our show today. Like, this was just an amazing experience. Again, congratulations to the both of you. And Lynn, congratulations, Mr. Scholarship. Like, that is a monumentous thing. So I wish, obviously, the best for both of you. And thank you so much for wanting to come on and tell us a little bit about your story. Like, that's incredible.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, and especially like one student out of many. You know, it's kind of like destiny sometimes is real, and you're like, you're only one out of many, but you could be that one. So if you are wanting to have this, I would say do go the 110% to achieve it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because maybe you could be this one person, and maybe be one of two people.
Absolutely. Because, like, stuff like that doesn't happen all the time. So if you have an opportunity, you gotta support, we gotta support our fellow students. Again, congratulations to Lynn Lisette on their scholarship winnings. We are very, very proud of our Phi Theta Kappa students. And that will end off today's episode.
We have covered campus news, what's trending in film, highlights some great student achievements. If there's anything you'd like us to cover in future episodes, feel free to reach out at Patriot Press at cf.edu or reach out on our Instagram at CF Patriot Press. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back soon with more updates and conversations coming to you from Ocala. I'm Nicholas.
And I'm Ashley Brace. Thanks for listening.